Hey guys, it's Jason with Your Tech Explained, and today I've got the Google Pixel 2 XL from Verizon. This is Google's latest and greatest flagship, showcasing Android Oreo and some innovative software. Stick with me as I take a closer look at it. First off, we have the 18:9 Quad HD OLED display, which has been quite the subject for controversy. Between the low saturation, blue tint at certain angles, early burn-in, and the issue of smearing black pixels at low brightness, the Pixel 2 XL screen has come under a lot of scrutiny. Since the release, Google has tried to address these by adding a more saturated color profile, which now stands out pretty well against other OLED screens in the market, and improved the look of the screen a lot in my eyes. I really disliked the display when I first got the phone due to the color calibration, but now I find it much easier to look at. They also tackled the burn-in of the navigation keys by making them dim after a few seconds when not in use. The black smearing is still present, but only late at night when I'm in a dim room and the screen is darker. Despite the attempts to fix the screen, I still have a lot of worries of burn-in. The blue tint doesn't bother me, but the smearing of the black pixels still bothers me a lot. This display really does not seem worthy of a flagship-level device, but at least Google offers an extended 2-year warranty in case you run into any issues with it. The back of the Pixel 2 XL uses a similar design from last year with a metal body and the glass at the top for the antennas, and of course, you can't forget the leading-class camera with the highest score ever from DxOMark. One of these so-called improvements this year is the removal of the headphone jack, that they made fun of Apple for doing last year. I'm not a fan of this, and despite having several pairs of Bluetooth headphones, I prefer listening with my wired pairs most times and don't enjoy carrying an easy-to-lose dongle just to hear my music. Something you might have noticed, even though the bezels have been slimmed down, the Pixel 2 XL carries larger bezels than most phones at the top and bottom. That's due to the two front-facing speakers, which are just fantastic. I wish this was a standard on more phones, because the audio sounds so much better when the speakers actually face you. And if that takes larger bezels, then that's fine with me. One little extra you can't see, but it's still there, is the squeezable frame, which is used to trigger Assistant. This makes it quick and simple to trigger at any time without having to utter the words "OK Google" and trigger everyone else's phone or your Google Home. Another feature you can't see is the new improved IP67 water and dust resistance, making the Pixel 2 XL safe in up to 1 meter of water for 30 minutes. Keeping your phone safe from any accidental spills or dips. The Pixel 2 XL is running Android 8.0 Oreo. One of the biggest benefits of using a phone directly from Google is you're always going to have the latest version of Android, including all of its new features and up-to-date security patches. Since the Pixel, Google has taken to bundling some exclusive or early access to new features on their phones. Here on the Pixel 2 XL, this includes an always listening mode, which will identify music when it hears it on your lock screen. In passing, I've seen this identify songs from TV shows or movies, which was really pretty cool. Another one of these features is Google Lens that lives inside of the Google Photos app. This will analyze photos you've taken and provide you with more information. I haven't really found many uses for this feature yet, but it strikes me as one of those the longer you have it, the more uses you'll find for it, and the better it will get. Google chose a very appropriate name for their phone because the Pixel always features one of the best cameras on Android, and arguably one of the best you can get on any phone. This year is no different, with the updated 12.2 megapixel f1.8 aperture camera featuring optical image stabilization. There is no denying it, this camera takes amazing photos with huge dynamic range with rich saturated colors and accurate white balance. Although sometimes I felt the colors could be a little too saturated and the photos were a little too dim because of it protecting the highlights in the image. Regardless, the photos all looked sharp and fantastic. Low-light images also shined using that big sensor and large pixels, resulting in clear images with very little noise. Google surprised a lot of people by adding a portrait mode to the Pixel 2 XL using only one camera. After using the Note 8, I was not impressed with portrait mode on the Pixel 2 XL. There was never any indication how close or far you had to be, and many times I was disappointed to find out after taking a photo that I was too far away, making me play the game of how close do I actually have to be to get portrait mode to work, and by the time I get close enough, it was often not the photo I wanted to take. There is also no way to adjust the focus or blur after the photo is taken. Overall, I give Google credit for doing portrait mode with one lens, but it fell far short for me. That being said, the front-facing 8-megapixel f2.4 aperture camera also includes portrait mode, and that really blew me away. It wasn't perfect, but about 90% of the time it worked great and selfies looked fantastic with the background blurred out. Performance is one area Pixel phones always excel, and they should. You're running top-of-the-line specs like the Snapdragon 835 and 4GB of RAM, similar to all the other flagships, but with bloat-free software directly from Google. This leads to quick, snappy performance with apps switching lightning fast. If you're into pure speed, the Pixel is always going to be the phone that pleases. Battery life has been really great with the Pixel 2 XL. I've been seeing a little over 4 hours screen on time consistently, with battery life to spare, and I've never had to worry about making it through the day on a single charge. Unfortunately, when it's time to charge, due to the metal back, there is no option for wireless charging, and you'll have to plug it in. The Pixel is one of those phones we all look forward to each year, to see what Google has up its sleeves. No doubt about it, they delivered a premium-feeling fast phone with one of the best cameras around and great speakers. However, between the display issues and lacking features such as the headphone jack, microSD card slot, wireless charging, and the asking price, it's just not for me. When you are charging over $800 for your phone, I expect there to be more, and for the quality to be the very best. If you're someone who can look past the flaws and cares more about quick updates and fast performance over anything else, then your opinion will differ. Thanks for watching, guys. If you decide the Pixel 2 is for you, then you can pick it up from Verizon or the Google Store. And as always, hit the thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for more.